Hey, Cardinals fans, welcome to the Redbird Rundown. I'm Matt, joined by only Jonathan today, and in this episode, we'll discuss the key moments from the games this week and suggest what to watch for in next week's action. Jonathan, I have been on the road again.
Ooh, on the road again. Where'd you go?
When I
What'd you
say
do?
on the road, I mean on the road. Drove to South Dakota, drove up to North Dakota to get a couple national parks in, drove across half the
Wow.
country, felt like, to get to Minneapolis to go to a Twins game. Stopped in Madison, Wisconsin, ended at a Brewers game, then drove home. We put some miles on the old Ford, baby.
You have seen everything the Midwest has to offer, right?
I will tell you this. I have no idea why there are two Dakotas. There's nothing there. We really just need one, honestly.
That's so true. That is so true.
It's farmland. That's great. Obviously, we need that kind of stuff. But what is weird about the Dakotas is there are very, very few trees. And so it's not like around where you grew up and where I live, where you'll get breakup with clumps of trees. You get up on a little rise in the Dakotas, you can see for a country mile out there, baby.
Wow. So it's a little bit different Midwest than what you're used to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like for bigger sky Midwest. I don't know. There's no real mountains to break it up. Fine. I just think we need one. That's my hot take. Just one Dakota.
Did you see Mount Rushmore? Yeah.
Yes. Saw the prezzies.
How on a scale of 1 being underwhelming, 10 being really awesome? Like, where was that? Because I have no idea how to rank that.
Yeah, it's like a 7 or an 8.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's pretty cool. It really is. It's a mountain. You're getting into some part of South Dakota where there's some actual scenery. I will say the only thing that kind of knocks it down a peg is just how in the middle of nowhere it is. And there is the travel time. I mean, obviously we drove, but flying there, and there's not like a ton. I will, another hot take on that real quick is there's the Crazy Horse Monument is like a couple mountains away, and it's not done, but it is significantly cooler than Mount Rushmore.
Because
eventually Crazy Horse he's going to be on a horse. Like, so they're going to carve part of the mountain into a horse's head, and he's going to be there. So,
oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's really like, Mount Rushmore is cool, and I liked seeing it for sure. But I was like, oh, Crazy Horse is really getting it done for me right now.
All right, so last question about Mount Rushmore. The only idea I have of Mount Rushmore is from National Treasure. Okay.
I looked up George's nostril. There's not a map up there that I could see.
Oh, that was my first question. Dang, you got ahead of it. Number 2, is there like a super long walk up a bunch of stairs? Is that accurate?
They've done a pretty good job because like the road that takes you in kind of curves around a mountain, and so you can't see it, and then you go around to like boom, there it is.
Dang.
They've got like a long path up to it, some steps. Yeah. They kind of play up the grandeur. It's good.
Oh, that's beautiful. So National Treasure, it really is accurate. Everything in those movies are totally accurate.
Can't speak to George's nostrils, but the walk up is that's a real thing.
So you had to have gone to some baseball games, I assume.
We did go to some baseball games.
Okay, let's hear it.
First stop at the Twins. Now I'll turn this around and ask you. The Minneapolis Stadium is in the city, and the Milwaukee Stadium is outside the city. What's your preference there?
I think just for parking purposes and getting there outside the city, but for like the whole vibe of everything in the city.
That's exactly my answer to it.
Yeah.
I will say this: Minneapolis strikes me as a very nice city. St. Paul's just across the way, also nice. Our hotel was like 10 minutes from the stadium, so we just kind of walked. So that whole vibe was very good. No parking fee.
Love that.
That. Yes, very clean stadium. You can see the city. It's ranked somewhere in the mid-tier for me. Like, there's nothing incredible. No architectural thing. It's just incredible, but it's very clean, very nice, very good views. Good park, really.
Yeah, I was just reading a story on The Athletic where they have like the lowest attendance they've had in the last like 10 years since they've gone outside. Because they used to play in a dome.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
I was a little worried in April, but it was like 55. It was sunny. I got a sunburn on my face just from it, from the sun being out. So it was not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only experience I have there is MLB The Show. And it's like, it looks pretty nice, right? It looks pretty nice.
Well, MLB The Show does a pretty good job.
Okay, now, good.
Milwaukee, on the other hand, with just respect to our good friend Scott Plaza, friend of the show, Milwaukee itself is a trash can. I'm sorry to say. The stadium is a trash can. The franchise is a trash can. The whole thing, I'm glad I checked it off my list. Glad I went. But baseball is just not meant to be played indoors. It's just not.
I couldn't agree more. I was curious to hear what you say about this one because anytime I've been to two indoors now, I've been
Yeah.
to the Rangers and the Marlins,
Okay.
and it just I don't know what it is. It's just not right.
It's
It's
weird. The
echoey.
noises sound, yes, echoey. That stadium too is a monstrosity because they can peel back the roof, so it is incredibly tall. I will say, of the indoor stadiums I've been, this is my third now. It felt the most natural, but there's just something about the fact that it's not really outside. It's just not the. I don't know.
So,
I don't like it.
what was the other indoor one you went to? Was it just Miami?
Miami and where was that indoors? Oh, I'm an idiot. Just
That's
Miami.
it.
So that's my
Okay,
second one.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's my question: Were there a lot of people at the game, or like I don't
Yeah,
know?
no, it's pretty well attended. Yeah.
I wonder if because when we went to the Miami one together, I mean,
Mhm.
it was like it was us
Yes,
and six other
sparse.
people.
It felt like an
Yeah.
indoor water park.
I
Like
felt
they
like-
had that sound.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wonder maybe if there's more people, it helps with the echoey stuff.
yeah, yeah. I
'Cause
think so.
I didn't notice the echoey as much at the Rangers Park, but I
Mm,
just it's almost like I go to a game and I expect to be warm because when you're up high in that stadium, like they have air conditioning, I was kind of cold and I was like, this is so
yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. So one quick story. You and I both have the same jacket that we've gotten. Just a tip to all the fans out there: go to the Cardinals games where they give you clothing for free and just stock your closet because I think like half my closet is free Cardinals clothes now.
That jacket has traveled.
That jacket everywhere I travel. So I got comments on it in South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, where we stayed
Wow.
overnight. A guy at a hotel just said, "Hey, what's up?" And then at the Brewers game, I'm wearing it proudly, just
Oh,
Cardinals
of course.
on the chest in enemy territory. And a Brewers no, it's not Miller Park. Sorry, it's American Family Ballpark. An employee tugging around the beers slapped me on the shoulder going by and was like, "Let's go Birds."
Oh my gosh.
I was like, okay, even the workers know.
Undercover.
Even the workers know.
Wow. And you know what? That's a testament to the birds traveling there.
It really is.
Anywhere I've ever been.
I mean, everywhere. It's crazy.
Even outside of this country, people say things to you.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm glad they're
The
not
birds,
watching
baby.
right now, maybe.
The birds.
I know. That's amazing, though. I'm really surprised that. I mean, I always wondered why Milwaukee had an indoor stadium. Like,
Yeah.
they're not. They're like
No.
50 miles from Wrigley.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, but that's hilarious about that jacket. I honestly hope you never stop wearing it.
It'd be threadbare and I'll keep it going.
Yes.
All right. Well, speaking of the Cardinals, we're coming off a tough week for them, a good start to the week, and I would say bad finish to the week. They were 3-4 since we last potted, and the last game we want to hit on a recap real quick is the last of the Phillies game. Liberatore, who is going to be very present in the episode today, threw 6 strong innings with 7 Ks. The offense tagged Zach Wheeler for 4 runs and won 7-0. We slid then into a home series against the Astros in Game 1. Sonny threw 7, and the offense just went nuts against Framber Valdez. Man, I can't speak, and won at 8-0. Game 2 was a loss. Fetty only gave up 1 run, but Hunter Brown just shut us down. I was a poet and didn't know it in a 2-0 loss. Game 3, Mats did well. 5 of 1-run ball. Newt was enough offense, 4-1, and we took the win there. Then we traveled to Gotham City, and we are currently just getting it handed to us. Game 1, offense goes quiet in a 4-1 loss. Game 2, Michaelis did pitch pretty well. Donnie, our only offensive star of that game,
What a star.
and then a back-breaking walk-off home run from Francisco Lindor took us to a 5-4 loss. Last night, we ran into the Kodai Senga buzzsaw. However, Libby was also a buzzsaw. He just wasn't quite as sharp as Senga was. We took a 3-0 loss. We are currently recording in the midst of game number 4 at the Mets, and it is 1-0 off of a Francisco Lindor bomb. Jonathan, give me your vibe check.
All right, I'm gonna zag here slightly because I think the initial reaction is to panic, but I'm gonna be relaxed. My word is relaxed.
Okay,
I'm gonna be relaxed.
Explain.
The Mets are extremely good. Now,
yes,
I know we've beaten some of the best pitchers in the league so far, and we're going to talk about that. But this team is ridiculous when they're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you have pitching. When the top 3 guys you're facing are Lindor, Soto, and Alonso. And the best of the 3 of them has been Alonso, which who would have picked that?
Yeah, seriously.
Right? Yeah. It's just like every other inning. It's like, my God, can we make it through this? So should we have won game 2? Yes. Like if you take that right now, we're playing for a series split. right? If
Mhm.
we don't have the Lindor walk-off, I'm
True.
feeling a little bit better. So I'm just gonna like, if we go 0 for 4 in this series, it's a rut. But I'm not going to panic until we continue to stack these series losses because the Mets are going to do this to a lot of teams. So I'm
Yes.
relaxed.
Okay. All right. All right. My 5 words or less vibe check is past creeping back. It
Ooh, okay.
starts to feel like I'm watching the team from 2023 or 2024 in that the pitching, honestly, the last couple turns through the rotation, the pitching's been pretty strong. The offense is, oh man, I don't know how to describe it. I was trying to think about it this morning. It's
Mm-hmm.
like when you're a little kid and you're
Mm-hmm.
playing out in the dark, and then like your mom's like, hey, it's time to come in. And where we grew up, our parents' house, there was a woods back behind us.
Mm-hmm.
And you always just felt like a wolf. I don't know if you ever did, but I felt like a wolf or a bear was coming to like grab me out of that. And so
Oh,
I
100%.
really, yeah, I just really kind of put on the speed boosters to get in the house when it was dark. I just have that creeping sense of like the bear or the wolf from the bad offense is just lurking in the background. And it's going to take me a while to get rid of that feeling, I think.
First of all, if you're not still feeling that and whatever age you are, taking the trash can down to the end of the driveway, then you're a moron.
Come on, I'm
Uh,
almost 40.
that's right. But yeah, I could see how you would feel that way. It's that hopelessness that we've seen the last couple
Yes.
games that it permeated through 2023 for sure.
Mm.
2024 was a little bit better, but whenever we start to look hopeless, it's like, oh man, this sucks to watch. Like
I
these
just
games in New York have been
watched
horrible.
Senga just, I mean, said it off the top. He was a buzz
Yeah,
saw. He
he
had
was.
Gorman looking like a little leaguer. And we got down 2-0. And I was like, oh man, this is an L. And I hadn't felt that way yet this year. Even though we've taken some tough losses and low scoring games, it just had that feeling of, oh my gosh, we're never going to do this.
Yeah, I know. And again, I'm trying to look at this from a macro level view here and think like the Mets are really good. Their bullpen's nuts,
Yeah.
right? Their starters are nuts. It really is like they have everything clicking. They're in a top five pitching staff right now in every category, right? So it's like, man, I know it's tough to look past this because we do look helpless. But if we look bad in Atlanta and then the next
Yeah.
series, it's like, okay, we got some trouble because we cannot dig ourselves a hole too deep. We've seen that in the past couple of years,
Yeah.
right? We
Yeah.
cannot do that because if we do,
No,
we're not coming back.
no.
So I agree
Yeah.
with you in that.
It's, I don't know. It's just scary. I don't want that team to be back. I was so excited to begin the season, and
I
the
know,
Brant Brown memes were flying all over the place, and I was feeling great about it. But there was this little Cardinals fan voice in the back of my head that was like, "Don't believe it.
I
It's
know.
fake." Like, and it's almost like I don't care if we lose. It's just I wish we'd lose 8-7, and I felt good about us hitting the ball. I know that makes absolutely no sense, but I'm
No,
like
I know.
rooting more against that Cardinals fan voice in the back of my head than I am for the team.
This is where losing Ivan hurts really bad.
Yeah, yeah,
And Willie still kind of struggling, hurts
yes,
really bad. And Newt has come down maybe a little bit. It just feels like some of that hurts now, where the only person who is otherworldly is Donnie.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So it's like you're starting to see whenever guys aren't clicking, it's like, oh, we're vulnerable because we don't
yes.
have the pitching staff, and they have really
I
outdone
mean,
themselves.
we have the last 10 days
We
though.
have we have
That's what I'm saying.
we have. You're right.
So
Yeah, it's tough to watch an offense sputter out when you've seen like this glimpse. You're like, oh my gosh, we've changed.
yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
like, oh well, the Mets came and just beat the pee out of us.
Literally beat the
I
pee out of
know.
us. Well, okay, so we went negative on the offense there for a second. And,
Yeah,
and I do think there are some warning signs, and there's like the yellow flag is up a little bit. And I think it bears watching, like you said, and it bears seeing what's going on going forward. However, I do think we would be stupid not to praise this offense some.
yeah, agreed.
And the fact that we beat in a short period of time, we beat Skeens, Nola, Wheeler, and Valdez. I kept seeing like the writers and stuff would post online their own little spin on we were collecting aces, and they were like playing card metaphors going all over the place.
Oh
And I
yeah,
was like, okay, guys, let's not overdo this.
yeah. Pump
But
the brakes.
yeah, in those games against them, those four aces specifically, we averaged scoring 5.4 runs a game. And I have to tell you, in the last couple of years, again, I know this is a common theme for us so far, but in the last couple of years, I just was like, oh, Paul Skeens is pitching. That's it. We're done. Oh, Zach Wheeler's pitching. That's it. We're done. And then we jump on Wheeler and Valdez from multiple. And that inning we had against Valdez, where we put a crooked number on him, I was like, man, we are unstoppable right now.
Yeah, yes.
No, go. Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say when I saw Pedro Pajes sitting on a curveball from Valdez that no one can hit. That is his
Yeah.
bread and butter pitch. and you see Pedro sitting on that and he gets like an RBI double, I was like, oh, this is it for him. And that's no slight to Pedro. It's like,
No,
we know what we're looking for here.
right.
That felt impressive. It did.
It really was a nice string of good plate appearances, good victories against excellent pitchers.
Yes.
And that, if you took a snapshot of me right then and there, I thought, oh man, this really is different. This is a new thing. There is no way we would have scored runs to this effect off of these types of pitchers in the past. And if you'd taken a snapshot right then, my vibe check would have been like 27 Yankees, baby. Like we're crushing it.
Yeah, and I actually have some stats. This is prior to the Mets series because I wanted to kind of snap that line because I knew coming into this I did not have a lot of faith. So as a team, the Cardinals prior to this Mets series are first in batting average, first in on-base percentage, second in hits, fourth in slugging, fourth in doubles, and 10th in strikeouts. That is unbelievable.
That's on the season as a whole. Even with these last few games of not having great offense, it has been an exceptional start to the year.
It has. And I tell you, the guys, I started to do a bit of a deep dive into like, okay, so why is the offense that good?
Yeah.
And I want to talk about Donnie and Newt for a second.
Oh, sure.
So they have been are starting to take another level, like another step. You can kind of feel it. Donnie right now, just because he is white hot crazy. He's been the best hitter in Major League Baseball up to this point in the year.
Yeah.
He has.
Yep.
So I've been looking and I dug into some of their advanced like statistics, and I was like, well, what's the difference between the two, right? Because they have similar like
neither of them are going to hit 40 home runs. They both hit left-handed. They're both kind of scrappy, sort of.
Right. So the only thing that I could find, there's two differences that I could see. So Donnie's whiff rate is in the 96th percentile. So whiff rate is when he swings, he's not missing.
Yeah.
Right? He's not missing. Newt is in the 73rd percentile, still extremely good, but we're talking about almost a 25% difference.
Yes.
So when Donnie swings, he hits the ball. That's it. Right. So here's the difference between Newt and Donnie. That's Donnie's thing. Newt's thing is his walk rate is in the 96th percentile. 96th percentile. Donnie's walk rate is in the 22nd percentile.
Yeah.
So Newt is more apprehensive to swing because he's working walks, which is fine with me. That is his game. Donnie, he's not going to walk, right? He's going to strike the ball. That's what he's trying to do. So then I kind of went down this bit of a diatribe here, and I said, okay, well, if the profile is similar there, why is Burleson so frustrating to watch? Because he's a high contact guy, right? So Burleson, his whole problem is his chase rate. Can't stop swinging at pitches. Burleson's chase rate is in the 18th percentile, which is horrendous, right? And
Burley's got the chase rate of a dog in the middle of a neighborhood when all the other dogs are in heat. That boy is just running around all over the place, cannot decide what to do, and just
100%
at everything. He swings at everything.
But the thing is, Donnie swings at a lot of things, but he doesn't miss. He's not swinging at bad pitches. You might think, well, Donnie doesn't have a high walk rate. Well, it's because he is swinging at the right pitches. Burleson just swings too much. He just swings too much. So, and I know that the Burley one was a little more random, but between Newt and Donnie, it's like these are two guys that you're going to see in the Cardinal uniform for years to come. I do believe that.
Yes, I think so too.
I do believe that. And so it's nice to see the differences there, but Donnie's just going to put the ball in the bat, right? Yeah. He's just going to do it.
Yeah. Well, and this dovetails with what you're talking about. Guys that are off to a strong start, Newt and Donnie are clearly there with a bullet point. I think we can go ahead and count Herrera, even though it really was only a start, right? It didn't get very far into the season before he got injured. Arenado has gotten good results and looked good. I think gone are the years when he's going to hit 30 or 35 home runs. I just don't know if that's there anymore.
I agree.
And then Sagasi is obviously off to a good start. Now, we were coming off of in the first handful of games in the season. Like you just look up and down our batting lineup and everybody's batting like 429 with a 1000 OPS. And that was not going to be sustainable. But one of the things I've really been trying to do this year is the Cardinals are 9-12. And I have to tell you, I feel a lot better than I thought I was going to.
Yeah.
If you told me we were 9-12 at the beginning of the season, because I'm like, you know what? 2025 doesn't matter. I'm watching this for 2026. And so what have we learned? Donnie and Newt are centerpieces. Herrera's bat's got to be in the lineup, and Sagasi looks like a thing to me. And so this development from some of these young hitters, and there are a couple missing there, and we'll talk about one of them a little bit later in the show. That is critically important to me. And I really do think Brent Brown is making a difference in the development of these young hitters. So yes, we're 9-12. It could be better. It could also be worse. I still feel pretty good because of this development kind of thing we've seen from some of these guys.
And that's what we have to remind ourselves, anchor ourselves back, is that, this year, wins and losses be darned. It's about watching progress with these younger guys. And Donnie has clearly taken that step. Is he going to hit 380 all year? Of course not.
No.
Right. But he's proven that he is the dude. He can be the guy.
He is an above average hitter.
Yes.
And it's not too much of a leap to think, okay, he's going to make the mini leap from being an above average hitter to a good hitter. He is never going to be like Aaron Judge, great hitter, anything like that. But if you stack 4 or 5 good hitters in your lineup, you're going to score runs because those guys are going to be on base and they're going to get extra base hits and they're going to produce.
Yeah. Something quickly on Arenado. So I've been reading a couple of his quotes. He had an interview with MLB.com. They just posted it this morning, but he said that he lost a little bit of weight over the offseason, and he keeps reiterating that his body feels right.
Okay.
So he has said this in the past, that you wonder if there's some shadow injury, and because he's who he is, he's not going to take a seat. Right. So I think there's some of that, but I wondered why, and I dug into Arenado a little bit. Why has he been more successful this year?
Sure.
He's hitting the fastball. This is the lowest whiff percentage on a fastball as like against fastballs as a Cardinal as his entire career. So the last 3 or 4 years, he is striking the fastball at a much higher rate than ever before. And the eye test can really prove that out.
Yeah.
It feels like we would just miss these.
Yeah.
Right. Because they have a meatball rate too. I don't know if you've ever seen that. But that's basically
middle.
And we, as a team, we've never been very good at that over the last couple of years. Well, Arenado is maximizing and taking advantage of these pitches right down the middle. That is something that, as an offense, we're doing a great job at it. And we're so when
striking when it's a bad pitch.
When these guys have bad pitches, we are hitting it.
Yeah.
I got a Brownie stat for you if you want to hear it.
Oh, give me the guru.
All right. So the guru, this is awesome. He said that he works 18 hours a day.
Oh,
18 hours a day. I was reading an interview with him, and he says he gets up early and he just watches film on pitchers. I'm like, this guy's just a sicko. This guy's crazy, but I love it.
He is just in there in the bat cave, just crunching tape for these guys.
And
I love it.
Too, I tell you too, Donnie hit that game-tying home run last night, right, which was just awesome. Right when he got in the dugout, he did his daps, high fives, all that. First guy he talks to was Brownie. And they're like high-fiving, and he's like pointing to something on the iPad.
The glow of the iPad, baby.
This guy's awesome. I really do love it. I don't care. Like, offense, whatever's going to happen over the next couple games, he has been such a breath of fresh air. Just to see that clearly the guy cares about it.
The approach, yes.
Yeah.
The individualized for each player. And this is why I don't want to give this idea up yet of this offense being like a top 10 offense in baseball, because I still think what we saw to start the season was real. Not everybody in the lineup hitting 400 real, but I think there's a realness to what has been happening here. And so I'm just willing to think maybe this is just a little rut that's going to happen sometimes in the season. It happens to every great team.
I agree. And I want to just stomp on, we feel like we have an approach.
Yes.
And over the last couple of years, we have pondered that for what seems like the entire season is, what are we doing at the plate?
Yeah.
Well, it felt like we're trying to, like with Singa yesterday, he was amazing. But it felt like we were trying to jump on the fastball early. I mean, he had thrown, honestly, like 9 pitches through 2 innings. Because you could tell
that's
the
real
guys
MLB the show stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Just swinging as soon as
because
you see a pitch.
you saw Gorm Daddy swing at that ghost fork and look like he'd never seen a pitch before.
No.
So
he was haunted by the ghost fork. It was not a good situation.
It was bad. So I really do still like what I'm seeing overall. I do. I'm going to try to stay grounded on that.
And the fact that we have literally collected 4 aces. That's real. Those are good. I mean, not just good pitchers. Those are great pitchers. And our approach worked against great pitchers. And so until we see a long run of a difference, I'm going to continue to just trust the guru and see where he can take us.
Me too. Amen.
Okay. So let's flip sides of the ball here and go to pitching, because I think that we definitely need to highlight 2 of our young pitchers that are really getting like a long runway for both of them where we're not questioning their role and we're not questioning where they're going to be. We're not sending them down to Memphis or yanking them around to the bullpen. And I have to
Yeah.
tell you, both of these guys, Andre Pallante and Matthew Liberatore, are seizing life by the horns
Oh,
and
yes, they are.
taking advantage of this opportunity that has been given to them. They have both pitched well. Before we go to stats, I want to ask you
Yes.
like a philosophical question. Is the single most important thing that can happen to a baseball franchise to get young, cheap, quality pitching?
I think it's like the number one commandment etched into the stone.
Oh,
Like 100%. Because
these
if
are
you think
laws from
about,
God. This is
oh,
crazy.
from the big man,
What?
right? The stone's been rolled away, baby. This is
Oh,
what's on the first thing.
he's risen.
Okay.
Happy Easter if
He's
you
risen.
celebrate.
That's right. No, I really do think so. Because I mean, think about this Cardinals rotation in this team. If you still have a cheap Sandy Alcantara, if you have a
Oh,
cheap Zach Gallen,
now stop.
right? I know that was hurtful. That was hurtful. But think about that, right? Like I know we've seen Lindor, who was a cheap, good player for Cleveland for a long time.
Yeah.
But it just feels like it is more impactful every fifth day to have a guy come out and be awesome for you.
Yeah.
I think by far. Is that what you think too?
I do think so. Andy's not here to make the NFL quarterback comp. So just in his spirit,
Baker
I'm going to
Mayfield,
do
baby.
that for him. Yeah. It really is like drafting a quarterback. And this is going to have direct parallels to the Cardinals. You don't have to spend the big bucks on Patrick Mahomes. You got a guy doing like 90% of what Mahomes does, and you can spend the money elsewhere on the team. Think about what we have been doing the past few years in our rotation. And this is no shot at any guy, but we're paying like 12, 13, 14, $15 million for the likes of Lynn, Gibson, Matz, those levels of pitchers. And if you can get that for $600, $700, $800,000, whatever a rookie deal is right now for Liberatore and Pallante, that allows you to plow money into the Sonny Gray level of pitcher where it's actually worth paying into the 20 millions of dollars. Or maybe you stumble into like a great free agent hitter that can really anchor our lineup and give us that superstar punch that we don't have. So I absolutely think that finding these young, quality, cheap arms is critical to the success of any franchise.
And I'll tell you, we could lose 100 games this year, which we're not, but we could lose
Probably
100
not.
games,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
I wouldn't care because if Pallante and Liberatore are real,
Yeah.
that is like a victory, a massive victory for us. We have not since I'm trying to think honestly, homegrown pitcher.
I mean, it's really like the Waka Martinez years, honestly.
Yeah, and we're talking that's 6-7 years removed now.
Yes.
We have not had anything for that long. It has been a drought, right?
Yep.
And I think just quickly because I want to talk about Pallante a little bit.
Sure.
And I'll save Liberatore for you because I have a few things on him, and not to get super far into this, but
No, go ahead.
Pallante is a fastball ground ball guy.
Yes.
So a sinker is still a fastball. It's just a different grip, moves a little bit differently. And that is his bread and butter. He has a lot of induced vertical break, which just makes his pitches they move a lot. They're hard to square up. He's got an insanely high ground ball rate. Okay. Well, this year he's using his slider 10% more than last season.
Okay.
And this is the key right here. When the batter's ahead, so an 0-1, or excuse me, 1-0, 2-0, anything where the balls are more than the strikes, he is using his slider 27% more than last year. So that tells me that hitters they're a little more off kilter because they don't know what they're going to get. Normally, the peg on Pallante is this guy's going to throw me a fastball. If I square it up, I'm going to smoke it. It's just hard to square it up.
Yeah.
If you go up there and you're Pallante and you have 2 pitches now, 2+ pitches to give people off balance, that is just going to make that awesome fastball even more betterer, right?
More betterer.
Right? So that's been great to see, and the eye test proves that. If you guys watch Pallante start, he throws that slider way more. It's just going to make that other pitch, his sinker, fastball, kind of cutter movement, that much better.
Well, and we're seeing this bared out in his starts because he pitched pretty well last year, but he couldn't go very deep into games. You'd look up and it'd be the third inning and they wouldn't have any runs, but he'd have 85 pitches and there'd be guys on first and second. And he just looked like he was sweating buckets out there. I felt bad for him sometimes.
I know.
I still would like to see him take the next step into some more efficient outings. And especially if he's not going to have big strikeout punch, which he absolutely does not. He should be able to get to, I hate to invoke this name, but he should be able to get to like a Michaelis level of some 8 or 9 pitch innings though. When Michaelis is on, he'll breeze through it in 7 pitches and you're like, are we back from commercial break already? Right?
What happened?
Yeah, it's crazy. So he's got a 3.22 ERA. He's averaging 5.5 innings per start. And I think even more than what we're talking about stats wise is from a fan's perspective, when it comes up and you're looking who the probables are for the starters in Pallante, you're like, oh, okay, I think we're going to win this game. You
Feels
start
good
to get that confidence with him because the pitching is going to be pretty good that day.
Yeah, and the thing about Pallante too that's different about these other like BABIP starters we have, right? And we're talking about batting average and balls in play. So guys that are high contact pitchers, okay? It feels like Pallante is going to get hurt from time to time. He's gonna have a ball he leaves in the zone that he shouldn't, and somebody's gonna crush it, or these ground balls are gonna get through. Yeah. But if you have a good defense around him, Pallante is going to be effective for many years to come.
Yes.
He is.
Because of that defense playing behind him. I was going to say, too, he has had some horrendously bad home run luck.
Yeah, he has.
If you look into his, like, you can see it with the eye test from watching, but you can also see it in the stats. If you look at the percentage of fly balls that turn into home runs on him, it is wildly out of line with what he's done as a major leaguer. Yeah. So that's going to come down. So this 3.22 ERA, I think good thing to ask yourself often as a fan in the early season is this real? Is that real? Pallante seems pretty real to me because he's doing this good pitching with an inflated home run rate that's bound to come down at some point.
And Pallante is like an ideal, and I don't really like the numbers in the rotation, but he feels like a third starter kind of guy. Yeah, he does. But I'll tell you who feels like a number one or a number two is Mr. Matthew Liberatore.
Matthew Liberatore is pitching.
And I did a bunch of research into what's changed and what's not, and it really kind of washed out, right? It really kind of washed out. There is some more slider usage, which I like, but what it feels like is that he just has the confidence to go out there and pound the zone. And I don't mean to sound like the 1982 assistant coach. It's like, get out there and throw strikes. It's like, but that's it. That's it with him. He is out there and he's confident. And look at him. He's got K stuff. It's been awesome.
Yeah, he really has been excellent. His Ks are way up this year. His walks are way down this year. And if you want to build like a foundation for good pitching, striking guys out and not walking guys is going to help you every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. Here's the thing, though. Libby's velocity looks up a tick to me. This last start against the Mets a couple of days ago, he was sitting like 96 and touching 97 sometimes on the fastball. Yep. And we're talking in April when it's cold. So what I notice when you go to his individual pitches, because his breaking ball like plays all the time. Ollie talks about it. It gets lefties out. It gets righties out. He was crushing righties with like slamming them inside with that slider. His fastball and changeup are performing much better this year. And I'm wondering if that extra tick on that fastball is helping that gap between those two pitches. No, and just your basic pitches are playing up. And Libby is not just getting ground balls, although he's punching guys out.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He has been a revelation, and if I don't think he's going to continue to be this good.
No,
if he is, I can't believe what
Randy A. Who? See you later.
Oh, exactly. No, but if he maintains a 70-80% of this, and he's just a solid guy. That's such a victory for us, right? Yeah. We're talking about his last two starts, once against the Phillies, insane lineup. Okay. Yes. And then now through this Mets lineup, made them both look silly.
Yes.
No fear, confident. Up there, it's amazing to watch. It really is. And I know, like, how much stock do you put into trusting a guy and telling him he's going to go out there and be a starter, and his role is not flipping back and forth every other day. I don't know how much you put into that, but that has got.
But he keeps talking about it. He keeps saying that, knowing I have a consistent run here lets me game plan differently. Lets me think differently. It's changed his approach. This is huge, and I'm also going to just ascribe this to Chaim Bloom.
Yeah, that's fine. I
he drafted him in Tampa. He loves him. He hated trading him in the Randy A deal, and I just think Chaim is blooming again.
Man, I forgot he drafted him in Tampa.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's a deep callback. That's really amazing. It is, and if he keeps up this strikeout stuff, there's your number one guy.
The ceiling is higher.
Oh yeah.
To your point, Pallante is never going to be elite, but I think he can give you good innings. Libby, I don't know if he's going to be elite, but he's got like a better shot at doing something close to that because he gets the strikeouts. And the listeners may be like, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? These strikeouts. Yeah. Here's the thing. You don't get dinked and dunked. Sometimes you're going to. Sometimes the guy's going to hit a ball. It's going to find a hole. That kind of old baseball talk that we hear all the time. Yeah. If you're sitting a guy's butt down on the ground, nobody's on base.
Well, that's the Pallante problem. He's going to give up these little things like a hard hit ball up the middle. And he had a great pitch. Nothing you can do about it. The guy just hit it.
Yep.
You strike him out, there's no luck.
Yes. So Libby and Pallante both look good. We will return to that multiple times during the year because that is one of the most important things that's going to happen this year.
Yep.
I want to move to the other thing that I think is the most important thing for us to happen this year. And this one is, to me, is not going as well. So I'm just going to tee this up. I'm going to put the little ball on there. I'm going to put a driver in your hand, and I'm just going to say the name Jordan Walker, and you hit it where you want to.
Okay. Let me talk about the good things. His defense looks great.
Does look excellent.
He just made a play. Like
he just did.
30
I was
minutes
watching
ago.
it on the iPad. Yes.
And I wanted to yell, but I didn't. But he made an excellent play, and that has been, multiple of those. There have been multiple of those this year, and the stats back it. Right, he's a plus defensive run saved guy.
I was looking on Fangraphs the other day, and his WAR, his offense counts for negative right now, and his defense is carrying him to a positive WAR. That 2 years ago, the guy hit was like a 18% above average hitter, but his defense was so bad he was worth negative WAR. This is a sea change for this guy. This guy can play right field.
The polar opposite.
Yes.
This feels a little Tatis like on defense.
Oh, okay.
Tatis Jr. for the Padres struggled at short.
Mm-hmm.
He struggled in center, and then they put him in right, and he won the Gold Glove.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he's got a cannon out there. Walker's got a cannon.
I looked it up on Statcast. Walker's arm strength is literally in the 100th percentile.
That is, I mean, the hitting is what we'll get to, but
yeah,
by all metrics, his defense is awesome. And we actually have, I just saw another stat they flashed. We have the most defensive runs saved as an outfield.
Yes, I know.
That's amazing.
So it really is amazing.
All right, tell me about his offense. Tell me about his offense.
On offense, it's not as good. The results have not been as good. Let me highlight why you cannot give up on Jordan Walker for our listeners and why it is imperative, if he's healthy, that he gets 600 at bats. Because if you go back to StatCast, his bat speed is in the 100th percentile. I don't care who you are. There is some natural gifting to that you cannot teach. And so if he can ever figure out how to make contact with good pitches consistently. And the guy's 22 years old. We need to give him some time here.
I know.
The ball flies off his bat in a way that it does not fly off anybody else's bat in the lineup, including Willie, Newt, Donnie, all these guys. Jordan Walker, if we're going to talk about like Pallante is probably going to be solid and Libby has a chance of being elite, Jordan Walker has the physical gifts of flat out being elite.
Yeah, the swing rate thing you're talking about, he's not only the best on our team, he's like number 2 in all of baseball.
Yes. Almost nobody swings the bat harder, and almost nobody hits the ball harder.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, let me give you another thing that gave me hope here.
Okay.
His launch angle on his swing has increased.
Yes, not as many ground balls.
Not as many. He still hits a crap ton of them. But what that shows me is he's trying to do that.
Yes.
Okay. And this will take time. He was largely a pretty good hitter when he busted on the scene here in 2023. He was pretty good.
Yes.
He has gotten into this. He can't quite figure out the adjustment pitchers have made against him now.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, I have seen in this Mets series, he has still been falling prey to the low and away slider, a lot of spin stuff.
Update. He struck out on a low and away slider 3 seconds ago. I'm watching the replay.
Yeah, see, and that's where he's going to struggle. Now, here's the other piece that gives me a bit of hope. He's exactly like Arenado with this, too. He's not missing fastballs as much.
Yes.
He's currently hitting 306 against him, and in 2024, he had a $198.
Okay.
If he can just continue to lay off that stuff, he is going to have a better chance because they're going to have to throw him something. Now, that's easier said than done while I'm sitting here in my chair, right? But that's his thing. He is going to get beat by the spin, and if he can get away from that, again, the guy's 22 and hits the ball a million miles an hour. What's not to love? You
know how when you're watching like a little bitty kid play sports, you can tell when they have to think about every single thing that they do.
Oh, sure.
I think that Jordan Walker has having to think too much about hitting, and he's not comfortable and he hasn't adjusted. Because I'll tell you another thing that I think points to this is his infield flyout rate percentage is like off the charts high.
Oh,
and what that's telling me is he's just hitting these, like pop flies in foul territory to the first baseman. I feel like I've watched him do that like 90 times this year. Yeah. I think he's just missing these pitches. Because I wonder if he's like, okay, I can't do this. I need to do this. I need to, right? Brant Brown's given him a plan, but I just wonder if it's going to take him some more time to adjust to the plan.
Well, and that's why, again, to your point, I don't care really what he does this year. Ultimately on offense, we have to continue to watch him progress.
Yes.
Look at him on the defensive side of the ball. He's a plus defender. Took him 2 years.
Yes.
Okay? If we wait here, Liberatore is like 25. We
Yes.
thought he was a bust. That was 5 years ago.
Yes.
We got him, right? So just be patient here.
I'm going to keep saying this too. Aaron Judge was 22 years old in college, hammering balls into the ground. And Jordan Walker is, he's in the big leagues trying to do this on the fly. So if you're getting frustrated as a fan from watching Walker, what you need to do is don't worry about the result. Watch his process. Does his process look good? Is he taking the right pitches? Is he swinging at the right pitches? Because that process, those natural gifts underneath are just bound to take flight if the process stays good with him.
He is a natural superstar if he irons this out.
Yes.
He is.
You can already see it on defense at 20. The growth from 20 and 21 years old to 22 years old with some coaching. Thanks a lot, Cardinals. With some coaching on defense is incredible. And if you make those same leaps on offense with the natural gifts that he has already, I mean, this guy is like a Cooperstown.
I know. That's
honestly.
It is. And he swings the bat harder than Aaron Judge.
Yes.
Aaron Judge
he has a track record of success. If you go back to his minor leagues, he knocked the crap out of the ball in the minor leagues with good results. Because, I mean, think about it, though. He's like facing guys his age or guys a little less talented. He is 22 years old trying to do this at the highest level in the world. And I just think it's going to take time.
He is by far number one on the list. Cardinal that's untouchable.
Oh, yeah. No trades.
I don't care if we hold on to him and he fizzles out and he never is anything.
Yes.
The potential, Gorman's doesn't have superstar potential.
No.
Wynn doesn't have superstar potential.
Not with the bat. Like
that's
Walker.
what I'm saying, though. Like, if you see Walker and you're like, buddy, if you ever figure this out, you might just hit 45 home runs on accident.
Yes, exactly. And they'll be towering missiles. And listen, the downside is he literally may never figure it out. And we may always be talking about this, but you can't hit the eject button if the Cardinals and have another franchise unlock him. Let the guru stay with Walker and let's just keep the pace here. Let's keep going.
I agree. We'll again, I've said it earlier. We'll just ground ourselves in it. Watch the process, see what he does, because you just got to trust him. Because if any fans are selling the stock on Walker,
I'll buy it all.
Baby, I'm buying. Because
I may go bankrupt in 3 years, but I'm either going to go bankrupt or I am going to the island with the Jordan Walker stock.
100%.
Yes. Jonathan, let's close this out and look at the coming week ahead. We've got the Braves coming up and we've got the Brewers coming up. Now, the Braves have been struggling out of the gates. They still have a superstar on a below average contract at every single position on the diamond, and I don't understand it. The Brewers, of course, are a division rival, have started out pretty well, don't have that same level of pitching staff, but they have started to. I was sitting in American Family Ballpark watching their 24, 25, 26-year-old offensive players are starting to round into form. So what are you watching this week between the Braves and the Brewers?
Well, with the Braves, I just specifically with the Braves, I want to watch the offense.
Okay.
Get out of New York, right? Who knows? We have not played well on the road at all this year. Let's just say that. I mean, like abysmally. We have one win on the road.
Yeah.
That's really bad. We're catching the Braves at the right time, though.
Yes.
I'm still scared of the Braves. I know everybody's, maybe like, oh my, what a dud, right? They're mega under 500. They're worse than we are right now. We've caught them at the right time, right? They're kind of injured. They can't hit. Does our offensive approach come back a little bit? Do we start to feel like, okay, well, New York was just a bad memory here, a bad dream. Let's just move on. So the Braves, I'm looking for that specifically.
Yes.
The Brewers, though. So they went 7-2 against us last year. I just want to beat the Brewers.
I hate the Brewers.
It's as simple as that. They beat us so many times last year, and in the prior year they did. I just want to take care of business with them and like decisively beat them. I feel like it's always like a dog fight with them, and I would like to just win.
Yes, I hate them. I hate their stadium. I hate their colors. I do kind of like their Brew Crew City Connect uniform, though. That ticked me off. They were wearing that. And the girls were talking about how they like the colors. I was like, shut your mouth if you want to go home from this vacation.
Oh my gosh. What are you looking for? Yeah.
I think here's the thing. I would like to see the offense, as you suggested, start to turn back around. We are also going to see the end of the 6-man rotation, I believe, because there is an off day on Thursday, April 24th. I don't know if they'll keep it going or not, but I'm very interested to see, because even unreliable vehicle Michaelis has turned in a couple of pretty good starts for him. So I'm just interested, do we keep this going? Is this Matt stays in the rotation, who's looked very good, and Michaelis goes to the bullpen?
Yeah.
What do we do about this? So can the offense come back? And then 2, can we start to pick up some wins on the road and beat the Brewers at home?
Yeah, we got to salvage the road trip. I mean, I don't want to be doom and gloom. It's April. Okay.
Right.
There's a lot of baseball left, but you cannot just like lose these series like this all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You can't. That's why I loved our fight against the Astros and the Phillies. I thought, oh my gosh, if we can come into New York and just steal a game or two, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But it ain't looking good as we see right now.
It's not looking good. And we may be 9-13 by the time you hear this. I will leave the listeners with this. It has been a pretty entertaining 9-13. There, I mean, you react to it however you want to. Losing is not fun, and this team right now does not look like a great team. But I think it has been an entertaining team, and I think if you watch it with development in mind and seeing some of these young guys come through, I think that can give you like a kind of a different frame of reference or a different focus point. And ultimately, baseball's about fun, right? It's an entertainment product. We should enjoy it. And I have to say, even at 9-12, maybe 9-13, I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it too. And I'm going to keep enjoying it no matter what happens on the result side, because I know that it's going to get better. We're going to see more Walker. We're going to get Heim in there, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about some of the minor leagues coming up in a couple episodes here. Like there's stuff to look forward to. It's not just wins and losses.
Yes. We do want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Redbird Rundown, your go-to source for St. Louis Cardinals news. Subscribe, rate, and review the show to help us grow. Follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Facebook for the latest news. Keep your rally caps on, and of course, let's go Cards.
Libby, baby.